Get a dictionary.
All right, let's jump into this. This is the most scandalous or high school scandals. I asked people to share their high school scandals and they're way worse than I expected. All right, let me be the judge of that. I grew up in a rural area. This is one word I can't. I grew up in a rural area, and when I was in 9th grade, the school hired a new handsome, young, cool English teacher. I know exactly where this is going. Half the girls in my class had a crush on him, and all the boys wanted to be him. Everyone loved his class, and students even tried to hang out with him between classes. Well, halfway through the year, we showed up to his class and there was a substitute there. Then the sub was there the next day and the next, until finally telling us that our teacher was out sick indefinitely. We were all devastated and so worried for him until someone I knew asked their grandma who was on the school board about him and got the story. All right, apparently he had been teaching in the district's night school for teen moms, kids kicked out of regular school, etc. And he ran away with one of the students the day after she turned 18, and it was a superintendent's daughter. I knew exactly where this was going from the first sentence alone, and that's sad. I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, and our principal, a nun, ran off. A nun? Nuns can be principal? A nun ran off with the principal of our local all-boys Catholic school, who was a priest. It was kept hush-hush, though we all knew, and we were forbidden to talk about it. In fact, if we ever mentioned it, we had to do a justice under God as punishment. Weeding the quad, cleaning out storage closets, and erasing marks left in textbooks. Is that what justice under God, is that what God's punishment was? All of the guys in the top 10% of the grade above me used the library printer to make counterfeit bills and use them in the cafeteria. Even the valedictorian who got kicked out and lost his scholarships. You know about these counterfeit bills? I want to know about these counterfeit bills. First off, I just realized out of all the days and years I spent in school, I don't remember a cashier or a lunch lady doing this with the bills. So this must have been a short bill, a small bill. And even if that, wouldn't that make sense for counterfeit bills to be $5 and under? Or there was a female student basketball player in our school who was emancipated from her family in high school and adopted by her coach's family. There were some whispers about it, but anything could truly verify. You know what? I already know where this is going too. I gotta get off social media. I gotta take a social media cleanse because it's amazing how I already know where this is going. There were some whispers about it, but anything could truly verify. Well, later on, the coach and his wife got divorced and the athlete continued living with him. Then she officially graduated from high school and she and the coach got married 2 months later. He went from her coach to her dad to her husband, all within 1 school year. I thought my high school had problems. During my freshman year, the senior science teacher was arrested for killing someone in a church parking lot. Out of all the places, a church parking lot? Now that should be under God's punishment right there. Shortly after she turned 18, it was discovered that a classmate of mine was pregnant. It wasn't super scandalous for a rural small town high school until it came out that the father was her best friend's dad. I have a question while we're on this. What does rural mean? I can't ask Google because I threw that thing in the trash months ago, but what is rural? I know what suburban is, but what is rural? We had a teacher who was arrested for flashing in a Walmart. Okay, have you heard of the other scandalous thing? A kid at our school put weed in the Rice Krispie treats for the school bake sale. Even the birds laughing about this, all right. He didn't know what he was doing, okay? So he literally put the buds in the treats and kids bought them and got sick. He got pretty quick since it was so obvious. What? And I thought me putting pepper in our class bake sale was bad. Jesus. Nearly a decade after I graduated from my Catholic high school, our school's you know what? I just realized private schools and Private schools and Catholic schools have the most scandalous things known to mankind. And like I said, I really thought my school had some problems. I'll tell you about my high school's thing at the end of this video, and while I'm doing that, I want y'all to tell me what's the most scandalous thing. And remember, it's anonymous, just like these. It's just anonymous. So let me know in the comment section below, okay? One of our middle school social studies teachers was fired after he embezzled money from the school. He collected permission slips and money for a field trip, and he never gave the money back. Did y'all at least go on a school trip? Did y'all at least do that? There were step siblings at my school who have been dating since before their parents got married. Apparently, the parents told them they could continue to date, but they couldn't hook up at home. All right. Well, unfortunately, other students found out about them, accused them of incest, and mercilessly bullied them. Their parents were forced to withdraw them from school for their own safety. Y'all started this mess! I only found out about this because there was an article about it in 17 magazine. Does 17 magazine still exist? Hey Siri, what's the last issue of 17 magazine?
Okay, I found this on the web for what's the last issue of 17 magazine. Check it out.
Yeah, she's showing me everything but what I want to know, because we had a girl at our school steal chemicals that amounted to a laxative from the chemistry class and put them in a teacher's coffee. The teacher got violently ill and the girl got arrested. She fought the cops who arrested her, kicking and spitting on them, and she even bit them. So she ended up arrested for poisoning the teacher and resisting arrest. And if it was up to me, she should still be in jail. When I was a junior, our AV teacher, whatever that means, who was married at the time, had an affair with one of his students, who was the babysitter for his 3 kids. His wife was also pregnant with their 4th child at the time, and he was in it. Literally, his wife was also pregnant with their 4th child at the time, and she was skeptical about his relationship with the student. So she hired a private investigator and found out about the affair that way. She then kicked him out of the house, and while word did get around, most of us thought it was just a rumor until he chaperoned our prom and rented a hotel room. Oh my God. Therefore, he and the student to share. This time, the school investigated, and as they prepared to arrest him for his illegal relationship with the minor, he ran. No one, not even his wife, could find him until a few days later. He was arrested, bailed out, and never allowed to teach again. But he divorced his wife and married the student, and they now have a child together. Good gosh, Nick Cannon! How many kids he got? A girl died of hypothermia in our school parking lot one night. And since the drama kids were known for pranking the school with the mannequin, everyone assumed that's what it was, and they walked right past her dead body. It wasn't until the janitor went to collect the mannequin that she was discovered. Apparently, the night before, she had gotten drunk and tried to drive home, but she crashed into a lamp pole. She managed to get out of the car and go to the back door of the gymnasium for shelter, but because it got so cold at night there, she succumbed to hypothermia. Oh my God. When I was a junior at my Catholic school, here we go again. We were all called into the auditorium one day. Apparently, a pair of sophomores had decided to make their own porn. I was expecting a lot of things, but this is not one of them. It was a huge deal since minors were involved, and the FBI got involved to figure out who made the tape. As far as I know, they never did. What do you mean as far as you know they never did? Are you the filmographer? So were you the one that was filming this? At my school, one of the deans physically assaulted a student, and the student fought back. The dean ended up losing an eye and never came back to school. I bet that was the last fight he ever did. Y'all better watch out for these students. These 7th graders are now built like a full sophomore and college grader right now. I'm telling y'all. The rabbi at my Hebrew school, y'all reading these, I've never heard of half of these terms in my life. The rabbi at my Hebrew school, who had been married for over 30 years and had 3 kids, had an affair with the school principal. The temple found out that not only were they sleeping together, but they had been using the tuition money to go on secret rendezvous rendezvous in tropical locations. As a result, the temple couldn't pay its bills and it had to shut down. Both the rabbi and his girlfriend were arrested, and all the kids who were supposed to get bar mitzvahed had to find new temples. See, that didn't interrupt the temple. You know, I guess the rabbi and the school principal having an affair didn't matter. No matter if the rabbi, see, I'm telling y'all, the rabbi was married for over 30 years. It was at that moment when he stole tuition money that the temple wanted to get up in the business. You know what? Our student class principal hacked the system and gave all the popular kids straight A's. He got caught. During my junior year of high school, we found out that the vice principal was having an affair with the guidance counselor's wife. Do y'all hear these birds, or is it just in my imagination? During my junior year of high school, we found out that the vice principal was having an affair with the guidance counselor's wife, and the guidance counselor was having an affair with the vice principal's wife.